Hello, myself Sunil Ramkrishnan, and basically today we are going to talk about one topic that is basically related to the disease. Basically, you can say disease means you can say the disease the whole world is having, that is corona. And currently, basically there are mostly third world war is ongoing, and in third world war basically there are two groups. Basically, you can say one is Asian group, that is basically comes into India, Pakistan. These all are one group, and the another group is Russia, Ukraine, and um, UE, Arab countries group. That has basically currently war is ongoing uh, of Gaza and Israel. So actually, what is the reason behind this? Why the war is happening? There might be some reason, right? Without reason, basically, war will never happen. So the expert basically might have seen something critical thing. That's why basically they have started the war. So what was actually that critical thing that we are going to discuss today? So the critical thing is, I will take one example. That is basically there is one god basically, that is basically Sri Krishna god, and he basically, the Hindu basically says that every 100 year basically Sri Krishna takes the avatar in Earth planet. So basically he never comes to Earth planet from sky. So how basically that human basically gets generate? That is basically the Sri Krishna avatar, and where basically he is getting generated, where who is basically creating it, because nobody has seen this, that Sri Krishna basically is looking like this, Sri Krishna avatar is looking like this. There are lots of many temples, basically ISKCON is there, United States of America is connected with ISKCON temple. So US is also basically, US is also doing the war, because he is also connected with ISKCON temple, and he is connected with the ISKCON temple is connected with Sri Krishna group. So what actually is this? So that basically we are going to see this today. That is basically, for example, I will take one example. I will take my myself example. I basically visited 6 times to Mumbai city, that is basically in Maharashtra currently existing, and near sea basically. Sea means basically in Hindi that is called Samundar. In near basically Samundar sea, the Mumbai city is basically existing. So basically I visited there for 6 times, but they actually not given the job. Why? Basically there might be some reason. That is basically called Abhiman of software companies, or basically you can say Abhiman of Indian businessmen. That is basically TCS, Capgemini. These all are basically big businessmen, Indian businessmen who basically have lots of Abhiman. Abhiman means basically if they says that we are not supposed to going to give him job, they will die, but they will not give. So that is basically called Abhiman. So today basically we are going to discuss about that only. What actually Sri Krishna Avatar is. So here Sri Krishna Avatar basically says that every 100 year Sri Krishna comes to Earth planet. But basically he can't come to the Earth planet from sky, right? Because nobody has seen the original Sri Krishna God. So there are lots of research also happened. USA basically doing the research. Where is actually Sri Krishna? Where is his location? Where actually he is? But nobody know this, right? Nobody know actually where actually Sri Krishna God is in universe. But today basically we are going to see one topic basically, that is the Sri Krishna Avatar, that basically comes every 100 year, and he basically does lots of things. So that basically we are going to create how that basically Sri Krishna Avatar gets creates. So that is the topic. So I will take one example. I will take one example of myself only, because I can take myself example only. No other example I can take. So the example is, I visited 6 times to Mumbai city, that is Maharashtra, Marathi's city, that is basically called as, and there basically entire India basically stays. That is basically Gujarati stays, Maharashtrian stays, Malayali stays. But I basically was not able to get the job in Maharashtra, that is basically in Mumbai city, that is near Samundar, that is basically called as sea. So here the thing is, sixth time basically I went to Mumbai, right? So whatever the problem basically I might have faced lots of problem while visiting the sixth time Mumbai. I am basically from Vadodara city. I went to Vadodara city, Vadodara station. There basically I taken without non-reservation. Basically I went to Mumbai. Then basically I stay basically there in the PG. Stay for many times. Like this basically I visited sixth time. And just now basically just 3 days before came from Mumbai, and I basically visited. I basically came from Mumbai for job searching. Basically, you can say, and basically I was not able to get the job in Mumbai for 6 times. But basically, I got job in many many cities, but I have not got the job in Mumbai city. So there might be some abhiman basically we can say of the, and Mumbai basically everybody knows who basically handles the entire Mumbai software company. That is basically by default TCS group, and there basically he basically gives his 40 percentage as a donation. So his entire group basically, they basically have not given the job to Sunil Nair. So that basically sixth time. So here the problem is what actually the problem. This all basically sixth time when I visited the thing, basically visited the Mumbai, visited Pune also basically. From Mumbai basically I visited to Pune also for interview. There also basically I was not able to get the job. So actually what happened? I basically have my body. My body is there. That basically generates the energies. So that basically energy was basically the pain energy. Pain energy means one problem basically we can say. So I basically faced one problem in this earth planet, in Vadodara city, in Mumbai city, in Marathi city, that is basically Maharashtrian city, and in Gujarati basically is Gujarat basically, that is of Gujarati city. So I went basically from Vadodara city to Marathi city, that is basically Maharashtrian city, and there basically I have not got the job. So this was the problem, right? So I basically might have fall in some my disease basically also might be connected with me. Few disease also basically might be connected with me. So each and every assume that like this. One bulk of energy basically got generated. That is basically I have given this name as a sixth time Mumbai visited Sunilar Nair. So this is the energy basically name which I have given to which basically I have given. So assume that that energy basically can basically have in can basically contain can basically observe that basically energy we can put in one can basically. So in Hindi basically that is called karba. So we can put this karba that six time energies visited and not got the job, and that basically painful energy basically that was in karba. Assume that half of the karba basically was generated as a energy, because six times is basically I visited and I have not got the job. So that was the painful energy, right? So this was one problem, right? I have basically just taken as an example what actually Sri Krishna avatar basically containing. So this was one problem. Then basically the another problem, I basically got divorced, and divorce basically was also very painful for me, because I had to sell my house also to give the money, divorce money, to the girl. So that was also one of the pain. So this all pain basically generated in one karva. That is basically we can say we have given one container name as in English basically we can say it's a one small container, and in Hindi basically on Gujarati it is called karba, where basically the water basically we gets where basically people basically drinks water in village side basically. So that basically one half of the karma basically energy was generated. Assume that actually it might not be half of the, it might be very less, it might be I think some half of the glass. So like this basically the energy basically got generated, right? So just see basically how basically the things are going to connect. Sri Krishna basically God avatar basically got generated, right? So Sri Krishna God avatar basically got generated, right? Sri Krishna avatar basically got generated. So Sri Krishna God basically avatar got generated. How basically? That basically we are discussing. So this basically one problem basically was basically into generated into one energy that basically we can say half of the glass. Just taking as an example, or half of the carva. Carva basically it might be very too much, but it's just because if we see the air condition that basically contains how much container? It's very small container. It might be this much size container. So like basically with the air condition, if the air condition is containing this much size, then it's basically giving air conditioning for 1 month basically. You can just imagine the energy. Like this assume that one small glass of energy basically got generated while the sixth time visited to Mumbai, Maharashtrian area, that is basically Marathis area. It's basically told as Marathis area. And basically I went from Gujarat, that is basically called as a Gujaratis area. So like this basically the energy got generated. That energy basically I have given as a Gujarati, sorry, we can give this one name, that is basically Gujarat to Maharashtra. You can say from Gujaratis to Maharashtrian area, Marathis area. Like this basically I have given this name. So like this the glass contains this much energy, right? Like this there are 800 crore people in this world. So just see basically why the World War has started and why the World War One basically started, World War Two started, and why World War Three also started. See, mostly basically it started, right? This is never basically going to stop, this is, right? Why? Reason basically I will tell you why it's not going to stop, because India also might be basically going to jump into this. Why basically I will tell you, because India is also having some 200 crore population. That 200 crore population has also generated a problem. This myself generated the problem. Same way, other people are the problem. The problem is that in India basically old so all this is right and Reliance basically India. Same future. So that basically we are going to consider. So Sri Krishna Avatar it basically can say it's the Hindu god. But in Earth basically there are 800 crore people, right? All are basically not Hindu. Right? All basically are Hindu. The problems basically are unique. Like this 800 crore people, problems basically they have generated. Assume that it got generated in one country. Right? This container nobody is world basically might not be knowing where actually this container. So here basically we are taking as an example. Assume that this place basically also I also might not be knowing. And I basically also don't know. But real the reason of the example. Third World War basically already started. And why the World War has started that is possible. Like this 300 crore, sorry, 800 crore basically people have that right. They basically so every 100 years basically the Sri Krishna avatar gets generated. Then one more dangerous thing is the process basically it's not like that. For example, I am not getting job, right? Each time I visit the Mumbai, Marathi area, that is basically Maharashtrian area, or Gujarati area. by these businessmen, right? So this was problem which was basically created by set of governments and set of businessmen. This would mostly basically might be some big businessman only, because if one person is not getting job, if it's time visited the Mumbai, then also is not getting the job. This means basically he might be, there might be some problem. And currently World War III also started. The reason of World War III also I will tell you. And which are businessmen making, Indian businessmen. Lot of so like this basically the problem basically of 800 crore people has happened. And with one country. So we are basically assume that this problem basically like say 800 crore people basically are created. It's more like that it takes 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It basically takes lots of time basically to create a problem. And like this they have created it. So, whatever the incident happens in my life, created by certain groups. So that is basically everybody knows something. So here basically we are not discussing and trying to find out basically why basically World War III already started. And India is basically 100% going to generate why into war. Why? Because 200 crore people's problems basically are also into that container. I am basically currently in India, and basically I want to change the nationality also. That is also one thing, because in India basically nobody is safe. Because if you have this much good knowledge, then also if you are not getting the job, that means it's not a good country basically. I am openly telling it. So like this basically the government basically and the businessman basically generates the problem, right? This much is basically clear. So like this the 800 crore people's ka in Hindi basically it's called 800 crore people's ka problems has generated in one container. In one container. And that basically container assume that that is in some Mumbai city, or it's in some Karnataka in Bangalore city, and it's very old city. Sorry, state. Everybody knows that. So in Maharashtra, basically, I exactly don't know the place where exactly the Sri Krishna gets avatar, but I have read it somewhere in Bhagavad Gita that Sri Krishna basically takes avatars in Mumbai, one of the city, in one area basically. There basically nobody in this Mumbai city basically might not be knowing this, because if everybody knows that he is basically God, then basically there is no value, because God basically what? God means basically if anybody person is dying, then he can give a birth, right? New birth basically. That is basically called God, right? So he basically never comes into the picture. There are many gods, like Ayyappa God is there, Shivan God is there. Lots of people says that Muhammad is also there. Muhammad God basically of the Muslims. Like this basic Guru Nanak is there. Lots of people says that they have taken lots of avatar also. But nobody knows that where exactly they exist. So basically like this um, assume that 800 crore people basically has generated the container, and that basically container was generated in one of the Mumbai city and in one of the Bangalore city. So two cities are there, but one thing is confirmed that this Sri Krishna gets avatar in Bangalore or in Mumbai. One of the Bangalore means basically Karnataka city, basically you can say. All Karnataka basically people stays there, and there basically everybody knows that Sanskrit is the very oldest language basically. Before English, basically the Sanskrit was there. Before English, the Sanskrit basically was. That's why basically in Bhagavad Gita it's written that it might be in Bangalore or it might be in Mumbai city. Why Mumbai city? Because Mumbai city is also one of the oldest cities. City, and there are lots of people basically who are basically has taken the avatar also. Like Shivaji Maharaj also has taken lots of avatar. Like this. This basically I have read it in some internet book. Basically, you can say there are many people basically who takes the avatar. Like Jawaharlal Nehru is there, Sardar Patel is there. Like this, basically many people basically has taken the avatar. Why? Because there are reason basically behind this. There are reason behind this that they have to take the avatar. Why? Because the problems basically they only knows. Their blood cells only basically knows the what actually the problem is containing basically in 100 years. So like this the problem basically got generated, and this all basically are the main people, right? Shivaji Maharaj. He is basically the main person, and he basically containing more than 1 to 2 crore population of his strength basically. So whatever he say that we want to do this, then basically this 1 crore 2 crore people are going to do 100% blindly basically, you can say. Why? Because they are basically big avatars. They have created own destiny. They have created own areas basically, you can say. This is basically what we are discussing here. Basically we are discussing that 100 years one energy has generated of the 800 crore people, and that 800 crore people basically energy has generated in, assume that two cities, one is Bangalore city and one is Mumbai city. There basically the Sri Krishna takes the avatar. So how basically this might be doing the process basically, and how basically the energy basically knows, how basically the energy knows that this all things basically has to merge with this Sri Krishna avatar. So like this, assume that 800 crore people with my problem basically was connected with Sri Krishna God. And Sri Krishna God means Sri Krishna means one body basically has created from these 800 crore people problems energy. That energy basically has generated Sri Krishna avatar. And basically like this the Sri Krishna avatar basically got created. Sri Krishna God avatar basically got created in Mumbai city and in Bangalore city. Like this avatar is created, but this basically nobody in this world might be knowing. Few people might be knowing who basically started the world war. Who started the world war? They basically 100% know that Sri Krishna avatar has taken place. So like this, assume that just uh, in 2000